This is a podcast from the Business Times.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 21st, 2026. Here's your market-focused daily closing bell update by the Business Times. Asian shares climbed today, ending its three-day losing streak, led by gains in Japan and South Korea, as oil prices pulled back from yesterday's one-month high, on hopes of diplomatic progress in the Gulf. Markets are now looking ahead to earnings from the major technology firms this week, which could put the AI rally to the test. MSCI's broadest index of Asia-Pacific shares outside Japan rose more than 2% today, as the South Korean Kospi closed 3.56% higher at 6,747, and mainland Chinese blue-chip CSI 300 index rose 3.06%. Japan's Nikkei jumped more than 3%, closing at 66,232. Moving to the developments in the Middle East, Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen have threatened a naval blockade on Saudi Arabia, while the U.S. continues to extend its military campaign on Iran for the 10th consecutive night of strikes. The escalation follows one of heavy losses for U.S. forces. The Pentagon identified 2 American soldiers and recovered unidentified remains of what they believed to be the 3rd missing service member, killed in an Iranian attack on a U.S. base in Jordan last Friday. Separately, a 4th U.S. service member was killed in northern Iraq while handling explosives from a downed Iranian drone. Rising geopolitical tensions in the region have once again raised fresh concerns over energy supply disruptions. Despite this, oil prices eased after reports suggested that mediators are proposing a 10-day ceasefire in a bid to ease tensions between the two countries. Brent crude futures fell 1% at $88.34 a barrel, while the U.S. West Texas Intermediate slipped 0.88% at $82.50 a barrel. Staying in commodities, gold climbed to its highest level in a week amid rising hostilities between the U.S. and Iran. It rose as much as 0.8% today to trade above $4,080 an ounce after slipping 0.2% in the previous session. Closer to home in Southeast Asia, Indonesia's parliament today approved generous tax incentives under a new financial center law, as Jakarta seeks to attract up to $28 billion in investment and position itself alongside regional hubs such as Singapore, Hong Kong, and Dubai. The move comes as the country grapples with more than $4 billion in foreign capital outflows this year, amid concerns over market transparency and the country's fiscal outlook. Elsewhere in the world, European markets opened higher, with the pan-European stock 600 edging up 0.14%. The German DAX added 0.19%, while France's CAC climbed 0.15%. London's FTSE was the outlier, slipping 0.31%. This comes after British Prime Minister Andy Burnham commented that he would maintain the previous government's fiscal rules, which unsettled investors worried about the government's fiscal outlook. Finally, back to the U.S. Stock futures pointed to a stronger open, recovering from yesterday's losses as investors shifted their focus to the upcoming wave of corporate earnings, looking past the latest developments in the Iran conflict. All 3 major benchmarks, the Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ, rose ahead of the market open. That's it for today. For more business news and market updates, visit bt.sg and Lens On Daily for the latest, tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This is a podcast by the Business Times. Find more BT podcasts at businesstimes.com.sg/podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is meant to provide general information only. SPH Media accepts no liability for loss arising from any reliance on the podcast or use of third parties' products and services. Please consult professional advisors for independent advice.